She has spent 5 iconic decades building an entertainment career as a singer, actress, talk show host, and author.
God never gives you anything that you can't handle. I believe that too much to stand, I get on my knees to know that you had to keep living life.
For decades, she stood on stages around the world wearing the brightest smile in show business. But behind that smile lived a secret so heavy.
I've told this story before. I think it's worth repeating, but I remember when I was about 16, that's a job, and this is reality.
That even her closest brothers had no idea what she was carrying.
You can tell the difference between an entertainer.
But you don't rest on your laurels.
No.
You keep going, you look at the future, you say, okay, what are we going to do next year?
Then, at 66 years old, Marie Osmond finally said the words out loud.
I have been through a lot, but he's been my rock. I went through a terrible divorce here, and I lost a child here.
And the answer she gave shocked everyone who thought they knew her story. The stage she walked away from. The lights at the Flamingo went dark on November 16, 2019, and something inside Marie Osmond quietly shifted. After 11 straight years performing alongside her brother Donnie in Las Vegas, spanning exactly 1,730 shows and over 900,000 fans, she walked off that stage knowing her next chapter had to look completely different. She was tired in a way that money could not fix. Then came the offer everyone thought would save her. In May 2019, CBS handed her a permanent seat on The Talk. Sitting next to Sharon Osbourne, Cheryl Underwood, Eve, and Carrie Ann Inaba, the country watched her settle into daytime television like she was born for it. But as anyone who has sat at a table with strong personalities knows, on-camera smiles do not always match what happens during commercial breaks. By April 2020, behind-the-scenes tension became impossible to hide. Sharon reportedly looked at Marie one day and said, "You are nothing like me." From that moment, their relationship never recovered. Insiders later told Page Six that Sharon and Cheryl threatened to walk away from the show unless Marie was removed, leaving Carrie Ann Inaba as the only co-host fighting to keep her. When Marie announced her exit in August 2020, she didn't throw a single punch. She gracefully thanked her producer, John Redman, and joked that she and her husband, Steve, hadn't been this alone together since 1982. It was classic Marie, kind on the surface, refusing to give the public the drama they wanted. While the world expected a new Vegas residency, Marie did the opposite. She walked away from the Strip entirely, touring with full symphony orchestras and releasing a classical album, Unexpected, on her own label in December 2021. Meanwhile, Donnie opened his solo show at Harrah's. While Donnie stayed where the spotlight was hottest, Marie chose a quieter kind of greatness. Then, in 2023, she made the entertainment world stop scrolling. She announced she would not be leaving a single dollar of her estimated $20 million fortune to her 7 living children, believing that self-worth cannot be bought. This revelation forced her to revisit a much older wound, and at 66, she was finally ready to put a name on what truly happened to her as a child. The only girl in a house full of brothers. On October 13, 1959, Olive Marie Osmond was born in Ogden, Utah, on the exact day her father, George, turned 42. Sharing a birthday, her parents took it as a divine sign. After 8 sons, they finally had their daughter. Growing up in that house meant navigating a tornado of male energy. 8 older brothers, all louder, taller, and faster. 2 of them, Verl and Tom, were born deaf, meaning the family entertainment business was built partly to fund their care. There was no privacy. By age 4, in 1964, Marie was already making her television debut on The Andy Williams Show. While other kids learned to tie their shoes, Marie was learning camera angles. At 11, during a commercial shoot in Japan, the boat she was filming on capsized in shark-filled waters. After swimming for her life and being rescued, producers sent her right back out to shoot, leaving her skin blistered from severe sunburn. In her memoir, she wrote a stinging truth: in some situations, she was treated more as a product than a person. Then came a moment that solidified her belief in the afterlife. In 1975, a 16-year-old Marie blacked out while driving with her mother. The crash bent the steering wheel, nearly blinding Marie, and sent her mother through the windshield with collapsed lungs. Alone in the hospital, terrified she had killed her mother, Marie experienced a clear vision of her late grandfather telling her not to worry. Her mother survived, a game-changer for her faith. Yet, beneath the surface, Marie was hiding something much darker. the producer who called her fat. By 15, the family landed their biggest break, ABC's Donnie and Marie variety show. To viewers, it was magical. Behind the curtain, Marie worked 18-hour days, memorizing 350 pages of script every 2.5 days. Then came a moment that broke something inside her. Marie revealed that a studio executive pulled her aside in a parking lot. Standing 5 feet 5 inches and weighing 103 pounds, she was told by this grown man that she was an embarrassment, that she was fat, and that 250 people would lose their jobs because she couldn't stop eating. From that day on, she would starve herself for 3 days before every taping, surviving only on lemon water, cayenne pepper, and maple syrup. Her weight plummeted to 92 pounds. The hardships continued. Legendary comedian Groucho Marx, while in a wheelchair, inappropriately pinched her behind on set. Standing next to icons like Cher and Farrah Fawcett, Marie felt like an ugly duckling. Her only refuge was television legend Lucille Ball, who took Marie under her wing, playing Scrabble for hours and mentoring her through a male-dominated industry. In 1978, Marie was offered the role of Sandy in Grease. She turned it down because the character felt too edgy, dislikes the message that a woman had to change her values to get a man's attention. Olivia Newton-John took the role, and it became cinema history, but Marie never regretted her choice. What no one knew was the heavy secret she carried. The secret she carried for 40 years. For nearly 40 years, Marie kept her deepest pain private. Her brothers, friends, and husbands did not know. In her 2001 book, Behind the Smile, she finally confessed she had been abused multiple times by multiple people. The abusers were not family members, they were people her parents trusted in environments thought to be safe. Threatened into silence, Marie feared that speaking out would ruin her family's business and harm her brothers. In 2018, she revealed to Dr. Oz that her abusers had finally passed away. The most profound realization came on the talk in October 2019, when Marie admitted that at 8 years old, she genuinely believed she was gay. It wasn't her orientation, the abuse had simply made her so terrified of men that she couldn't imagine wanting them near her. What healed her was her family. Watching her father love her mother, and watching her 8 brothers protect and treat her with gentleness, slowly rewrote what a man could be. At 66, she chose to describe the abuser's playbook, men using proximity to parents as a shield, giving thousands of survivors permission to speak out. The closet floor and the 200-mile drive. In 1999, Marie gave birth to her 7th child, Matthew, and was hit by severe postpartum depression. She found herself collapsing in her closet, staring down what felt like a sealed tunnel. One day, she handed her nanny her bank card and blank checks, got into her car, and drove 200 miles up the California coast just to survive the mental darkness. Her marriage to Brian Blosel was already fracturing. A 2005 house fire magnified their emotional distance, and in 2007, they finalized their divorce after 21 years. That same era brought intense tabloid scrutiny, including false reports of a suicide attempt when she actually had a bad reaction to medication. Hoping to rebuild, she joined Dancing with the Stars in 2007 after her son Stephen Jr. warned her she needed to prioritize her health. She danced her way to 3rd place, famously fainting on live television, only to open her eyes and joke, "Oh, crap." The success sparked an 11-year residency with Donnie at the Flamingo, earning them millions. But 2009 brought fresh heartbreak. She fired her manager of 35 years, Carl Engemann, resulting in a bitter legal battle. That same year, her daughter Jessica came out as gay. Defying rigid expectations, Marie fiercely supported her, later walking her down the aisle in 2019. Then came February 26, 2010. Her 18-year-old son, Michael, battling severe depression, took his own life. He left a note stating he felt he had no friends. Marie missed his final phone call while on stage in Vegas. 2 weeks after his funeral, despite public criticism, Marie went back on stage. The stage was her safe place. She needed to show her remaining children that you keep living, even when it feels impossible. Healing came in May 2011, when she remarried her first husband, Stephen Craig, wearing the exact same wedding dress from their 1982 wedding. The brother she drove to see. By 2025, life felt steady. Then, on January 1, 2025, her brother Wayne suffered a massive stroke and died at 73. He had survived brain tumors, radiation, and previous strokes for 30 years. A few weeks before his death, Marie had followed a quiet intuition to drive out and visit him. Because she listened to that whisper, she got to spend precious hours talking with her brother one last time. Today, Marie Osmond remains a force of nature. She continues to tour, defend her faith, and raise billions for the Children's Miracle Network hospitals. She has survived 17 tumor removals, buried her son, parents, and brother, and stands firm in her choice to leave her fortune to charity rather than her children, ensuring they inherit her work ethic instead. What are your honest thoughts on Marie's decision to leave her children out of her will? Did learning about her childhood abuse change how you view her strength? Let us know in the comments below. If you found this look behind the curtain inspiring, make sure to like this video, subscribe to Prestige Buzz, and hit the bell notification so you never miss another deep dive into the lives of your favorite icons.